This is not your ABC, NBC, or CBS. This is CAN TV, Channel 21. And I am your host, Stephen Black Butterfly Carter, and we're looking forward to this being one of the great programs today. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. I'm about to introduce Mr. Ben Linddell, who is going to give us some valuable information. Ben, you didn't know this, and I'm going to give you a little bit more time later on.
Okay.
But our studio producers, we have the ability to engage with the audience.
Mm-hmm.
We can see them.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes they can see us, but we can see them and
Okay.
their reaction to what's going on.
Oh, okay.
And I'll tell you about that, how we wave back and forth and we give them information and they pass it on. But that's part of our viva voce thing where we say, pass it on, pass it on.
Okay.
But I first want to acknowledge Darius Hillman, the executive director of CAN TV, who has been so gracious in promoting the community organizations to have a very active professional role in the programming that we have. And this program, Black Star, Still Rising, is dedicated to Phil Jackson, the founder of the Black Star Project. Many of you know him. Raise your hand if you know Phil. You'll see all the people out there raise their hands and know Phil Jackson.
Okay.
And it's been succeeded by his sister, the great Gloria Jackson, who is doing a marvelous job as executive director of the Black Star Project. I want to also extend my greetings out to my associate producers, and that's Dr. Michael Washington and also Ellis Taylor. And we could not do anything without our studio producer in the control room that's controlling everything that makes this program come off as well as it did. Imani Payne, wave to our viewers. Imani, wave to everybody. Very good. You didn't know this. Here's the part that folks don't know. Imani has the ability to switch that we can see our viewers.
Oh, okay.
There's a kid he just came on. Tell your mother, turn in channel 21. He's telling his mom, Mom, that guy that does the program, that's the Viva Voce. He said, Viva Voce, you better call some folks and let them know that Ben Linddell is going to be on the program today and talk about he is the, what's the title? Specialist, lending specialist
Right.
at Marquette Bank.
Right.
I'm going to tell you one other thing about him. Not necessarily about him. He's a specialist, but we, the audience, are going to be borrowing specialists.
Okay.
We are becoming borrowing specialists, just like you are the lending specialist in telling about the program that you do.
Okay.
Quick note, Ben is a Chicago product, CBS High School, Roosevelt University. Got your master's from where?
Lake Forest.
Lake Forest.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a man that has been prepared for this job that he has in providing to the community information that's going to be useful to them in their everyday life. Ben, thank you for being with us today. Tell us a little bit about what you do as a lending specialist.
Well, what I do as a lending specialist is help people buy homes using the bank's money to do that. We have home buyer education classes that we also have. I'll have one this Saturday from 10 to 12 over at the bank.
10 to 12, what's the address of that?
6316 Southwestern. So you can enter.
Right off 63rd and Western.
Right,
Okay.
right off 63rd and Western. You can enter the parking lot at 64th and Western. And free parking, plenty of parking, and we have room for 40 people. A classroom that's large enough for 40 people to attend. But I help people with purchases, home purchases, refinancing, home equity loans, HELOCs, things of that nature.
We're going to go into details about some of those things
yeah.
because people don't know what they don't know.
Right.
And that's why you're here to share with our community things that they should know if they're thinking about home buying or a homeowner already, etc.
Right.
And first, Imani, let me see the folks who are watching. Yeah, okay, we'll see some of them watching. How many of you watching are first-time buyers, will be first-time buyers? See all the folks that raise their hand out there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's one of the group. We got some people that are looking for some of the available programs. But talk about the first-time buyers and the kind of programs that are available to them now, Ben.
Well, first-time buyers, we have grants available for first-time home buyers.
When you say grant, let me ask you that.
Right.
Grant, is that money you got to pay back?
Normally, it's money you don't have to pay back.
Normally,
it depends
okay.
on the type of grant
Okay.
that you have.
That's why I need to
There's
know you.
3 different types of grants.
Tell the audience.
Yeah, there's 3 different types of
Okay.
grants that we have available. One comes directly from Marquette Bank. It's based on census tracts, U.S. census tracts. So if you move into a low income area, you can get $7,500. If you move into
$7,500.
$7,500.
Is that a down payment or what?
You can use it. It helps to reduce your overall cost
Okay.
of the transaction. So I don't tie it necessarily to any particular cost, just saying it reduces your cost overall of what you would have to bring to the table out of pocket. So it's a good program for that. If you're in a moderate income area, we have $4,500 grant. That's available. You don't have to pay it back if you stay in the property for 5 years. That's with all
right,
the
folks.
grants.
Are you listening? You better be taking notes on this.
Right.
Because one day you're going to be looking to knock on that door of opportunity, right?
Exactly.
And when the opportunity, you knock on that door, you have to be what? Prepared. Ready to open the
You
door,
gotta be prepared.
walk in, etc. You can't knock on that door. Somebody opens the door and you say, duh? Is this how I prepare for it? You got to tell them how to prepare and
So,
what they have to do to prepare.
In
for
order to
anything.
prepare, you have to have your income, your assets, and credit together.
Okay, when you
So,
say together, what does that mean then?
you have to have them in order in terms of, we'll ask you for W-2s or tax
W-2s,
returns
tax returns,
and information about your income.
income. Okay.
Right. We'll also ask you information about your assets. What do you bring to the table to do business?
Oh, wait a minute. You've got to have something you bring to the table to be engaged with,
Absolutely.
with a bank. And
If you don't have anything that you're bringing to the table, we can't do business.
Well, that's kind of fair, isn't it?
Because that's fair. So it's important that people understand you come to the table to buy a house, but you have to bring some of your own money
Assets.
to the
Okay.
table or assets to the table in order to do business. So that's very important that you save some money or have some money available, even if it's a gift from a family member. You could use that. But
Friends
what
and
you
family loans, huh?
well, family members, not any friends. It has to be a family member.
Yeah, clarify that,
but you
yeah.
have to bring something to the table. You can't have mystery money. Mystery money is
Something
money
that's-
that you come up with that is not. It's
Traceable?
undocumented.
Okay, undocumented.
It's
Okay.
undocumented, so
That
you
can't
can't
come from
say,
Pookie.
"Well, I
Pookie
don't
looking
trust
at this.
the institutions to save my money.
Right.
I
It's not
save
the
it at
mattress.
home, or I have a safe at home.
Yeah.
That's fine, but since that money is not accounted for on paper,
You
you
can't
can't use it in the transaction. If you do have that type of situation, I would recommend that you use the money that you saved at home to pay your bills and use your paycheck or documented paper trail to show that you have money that you're putting into your savings or checking account.
So
in order-
what you're saying then, and that's part of the preparation, you give them that information so
Yes.
they can be smart about the money. That they won't come in and just say, duh, what I have to do? I got some money. What
I will give you a list of information that you need in order to move forward with a transaction to purchase a home. But that information would include your income, your assets, your credit, your bank statements, and if you attended a home buyer education class, that would be useful too. and tax returns, W-2s, things of that nature, and your pay stubs.
What's normally the biggest pitfall that folks forget when they come to you or any other, not necessarily your bank, but any other bank institution? What's the common denominator of things that people forget or don't understand how they make themselves qualified to get a loan?
Not being prepared, you have to realize that the bank is there to lend you money. I use the bank's money to help people buy homes, but you have to be prepared. The bank wants to know that you're prepared, that you have a good credit rating, that you pay your bills.
To pay it back, huh?
Yeah, to pay it back.
That's amazing.
Because it is a loan. It's
Yeah.
not free money. The grant is what I would call icing on the cake. But first you have to make the cake. And the cake consists of the ingredients of your income, your assets, and your credit.
Assets, credit. You folks are writing that down? Okay, I want to see you write that down. Because you have to pass this on Viva Voce. If you haven't called somebody yet, to let them know to tune in to Channel 21. We've got Ben here is going to share with you some very important information that's going to aid the community in making the community stronger. What are the other types of loans that people may not be aware of? I was looking at some of the list of things that folks don't know that they can get some money as opposed back in the old days where they might buy something on contract. Back in that day.
You have various programs that are available to you, such as the grants I was talking about.
The CHA Choose to Own, that's one of the programs, right?
That's one of the programs.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about that?
CHA Choose to Own program is a program in which those who are on CHA Section 8 vouchers have choose to own property. So they go through a homebuyer education program.
Homebuyer education program. What does that entail?
That entails getting a counselor or attending a class about becoming a new home buyer. And it's very important to understand what you're getting into when you become a home buyer. There's no body you can necessarily call to make repairs and so forth unless you're going to pay them. So you'll be learning some things on your own. You'll have to remove the stove. You'll have to take care of your lawn.
You said remove the stove.
Remove the snow.
Oh, so
Yeah, like the snow we just had.
just right. Or you can get fined, right?
Right, or you get fined, or somebody, may be injured by it. But for everyone's safety, it's good to remove the snow in front of your place, for sure.
Very good, very good. I know that everybody has some stories they can tell about their experience. You've been in this business, this part of the business, what, 20 years?
At least 20 years, yes.
You know Tyro at this. You've been at it. There's got to be 2 or 3 interesting stories. You don't have to tell the names. Change the names to protect the innocent or the guilty.
Well, I give you a perfect example of it's a young man who is an electrician.
Okay.
And he's had various other jobs. But when I submitted his information for pre-approval, there's questions that my underwriter has, and
Let me stop
also
you for a second.
underwriter and
pre-approval
processing.
part. What is that pre-approval?
The pre-approval part includes getting your information to help you qualify for the loan, because you can't really go to look for property unless you have a pre-approval that lets the realtor know that you are able to afford the property and that you're credit worthy. Correct.
Okay. What are the things that you have to tell or suggest to your constituents? What they have to do to prepare for that pre-qualification? You talked about some of the documents.
Yeah.
How do they? Many of them may want to buy a house today, but they've got a little ways to go.
Right.
How do they build up both credit and credit management, etc., so they can get in a position? And what kind of goals should they have in order to buy a home?
Well, one of the things, you shouldn't spend all your money. You should save some money.
Okay.
So
what percentage is that they usually talk about? 50%?
I recommend that you save what you can.
Okay.
During the process of preparing to purchase a home. And I call it, one program is like the what I call the Missy program. I have
The
a daughter.
the what
I have
program?
a Missy program.
Okay.
So I have a daughter called Melissa, and I've named a program after her. So it's MSSI. So everything starts with money.
Okay.
And the first thing you're going to do with your money is what?
Save it?
No, you're going to spend it.
Okay,
You're going to spend it. You're going to spend your money. Watch what you're spending your money for. The second S is for saving.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that you can do with money. You can spend it.
Spend or save.
You can save it.
Okay.
And then the final thing, you can invest it. And investing in things such as the markets, for sure a retirement plan like a 401k plan, a 403b plan.
Mm-hmm.
Many people that have worked with companies for a number of years have not participated in the employee program where maybe the employer matches the money that you put into the savings and retirement plan. So that's very important because that can build you
Equity
and investment money that you can use later on as a down payment for a home.
So what are some of the newer things that are happening that you've seen over the years, this 20 years that you've been in the industry and working with the community to see how they can buy? What are some of the interesting developments, and what do you foresee in the future?
One of the very interesting developments is the appreciation of houses.
Okay.
So normally I used to talk about a property that you could buy for $100,000, and a couple of years back it was $200,000. So it's steadily going up.
So it used to be 100,000 a certain number of years ago, then up to two. I'm afraid to ask what it is now.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about buying a property for $200,000 or $250,000, you have to think in terms of what's my monthly payment going to be. Okay. And normally with principal, interest, taxes, and insurance and mortgage insurance, you're going to pay possibly $2,000 a month.
$2,000. What
Yes.
kind of downstroke are you looking at, or they should be looking
You're
at?
looking at 3 to 5% of your money into the transaction. That may be reduced.
I don't have my calculator.
Yeah, that may be reduced if you're getting grants. So
Okay.
that's how grants help
Like that
you out.
7,500 one you were talking
Right.
about. Okay.
That helps you to come to the table with less of your money and use the grant money. You have to qualify for the grants. That's what's important. So you can't just show up, I want to buy a house, I want those grants too. That's not the way it works. You have to qualify according to the grant guidelines, and there's various guidelines according to what type of grant you're going to get.
And you're going to tell them the real deal.
Three grants that I want to mention.
Okay, please.
One
Take
is
your
the
time.
Marquette
Take your
Bank
time.
grant that's available. That's done by Census Tract. Number two is IDA, or Illinois Housing Development Authority. They have 3 different grants.
Write this
that
down,
are
folks, because
available.
you're going to ask, because we're going to give you a chance to give them a phone number or
Okay.
email address to or website or whatever. Right?
And then a third grant that you have available, Federal Home Loan Bank. And sometimes I'm able to combine and stack those 3 grants to help you help bring to the table grant money of $20,000 sometimes. But it just depends on your income, assets, and credit, family size, and credit.
And folks have to be very candid with you. If you're going, you might not start today. You may start today, but may not actuate this for a number of years. But you've got to start someplace.
Absolutely, I say start from wherever you are. You're never not ready, so you can prepare to move forward. But you got to start somewhere. With everything, there's a starting point. So you start somewhere to move forward. The best place to start is to call your lender. To find out how much you can afford for a home, based upon your income,
savings,
assets, and credit.
Okay.
You know, communication is very important. And normally when you're buying a home, you have a real estate management team. And the real estate management team consists of a lender, preferably Ben Linddell at Marquette Bank.
We'll give you a shout out. I know he's a trustworthy guy.
Also your realtor.
The realtor.
Your home
realtor,
inspector.
They still have realtors?
Realtors or realtor.
Okay.
Also, you have an insurance agent.
Insurance agent.
A home inspector.
Inspector.
And an attorney.
all of them are fit together. to
Right,
make
and
the-
those people will consist of your real estate management team. And it's very important that you connect with them, communicate with them, and are comfortable in communicating with them because those are the people that are going to help you purchase the home. They're part of your real estate management team. The seller will have their team, so the buyer needs to have their team too.
What about how does the husband and wife work together, or partners? How do they work together, and so that their combined credit, saving, etc., are considered when they're buying something together?
Yeah, sometimes you have a couple that may purchase a home. Through working together, you can purchase more home than if you are purchasing it as an individual. So I would encourage people to work together to purchase a home. Main thing when you have a partner that you're working with that's going to purchase a home with you, they have to have their income, assets, and credit together, just like you have yours together. And if they don't, it can kill the transaction. So it's very important that you make sure everybody is bringing something good to the table to do business.
Well, let's just stop for a minute, kind of a way for your folks, to our audience, the ones out there. How do they contact you? How do they contact you to find out more detailed information? Because you're giving them an overview. You can't give them everything in the program.
Right.
Okay. Write this down, folks.
You can Google me.
Okay.
Just say Ben Linddell at Marquette
Spell
Bank.
it out. Spell it out.
Ben, B-E-N,
You got that? Like Ben
Liddell,
Clark.
Liddell, and just say Ben Linddell at Marquette Bank, and my information will come up. It'll take you to my website, and you can fill out an application online.
Also, you don't necessarily have to come down to the bank until they're ready to go eyeball to eyeball with you.
Right.
Okay.
But even though you reach out to me that way, I'll still have to have your documentation in order to move forward, because that's something we have to take a close look at to see if you're within the guidelines for debt to income ratios and loan to value.
Don't get away from that. Debt to income ratio.
Right.
Explain that just a little bit. So break it on down to our folks.
Okay. One thing I want to give you before I do
Please.
that
Yeah,
is my phone number.
Oh, okay.
Is 773
773
918
918
4568.
4568.
And let me repeat that, 773-918-4568. My email address is bliddell@emarquettebank.com. That's BLIDDELL at emarquettebank.com. Make sure you put an E in front of Marquette Bank when you email me. So you can reach me any of those ways. But for sure, one of the simpler ways is just to Google Ben Linddell at Marquette Bank. My information will come up, and you can go directly to my website and fill out an application, but I will need your documentation in order to move forward.
Before we close, can I get a little shout out to my Divine Nine groups that have been so supportive of the radio station? For those who have not donated in this pledge drive to CAN TV, you're still open. My Alfred brothers have contributed, Kappas, Qs, all the sororities, but we're still looking for a few more so that I can bring this batch of checks to our leader, our executive director, Darius Hillman. So still time. Call me for further information. 312-662-3106. Divine Nine Brothers, come and help CAN TV and the work that is being done here at CAN TV. Thank you for watching today. Ben, can I give you the shake that we do on camera?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you for being with me. Thank you, and we're looking for you to come back because there's more exciting.
I will be back.
What we don't want to miss something. You give you a chance to say some last things.
Well, like I said, reach me at 773-918-4568 or Google me at Ben Linddell at marquettebank.com. And I look forward to working with you. No time is like the present time to get started.
Should they know something about some of the programs at Black Star Project? Should I give them the number on that?
Absolutely.
773-285-9600. Ask for any of the staff members. Folks will get back to you. If you leave a message, but they will be responsive to find about all the interesting programs that are going on at the Black Star Project. Thank you for being with us. Next Tuesday, look for us again.